Hey guys, check this out, I fixed the animations, you know, for launching spells.
I talked in the previous video about the spell combinations and how to achieve them, mainly the way to conjure single spells, and how to combine them together. The maximum amount of single spells that you can conjure at one time is 3, so you can carry more than 3 spells in one hand. But I also mentioned that I want to create an easy mode, where a player can actually enjoy the game instead of torturing their brains by memorizing every single combination they learn. The way to achieve this was by creating a skill bar that allows the player to conjure anything by a single button. This will make the game way more comfortable. This one, for example, is for the basic spells. So instead of overwhelming your brain with which button should I press to conjure fire, you press one button and here you go. For other spells that require a combination, for example the flamethrower, if you remember in the previous video, in order to conjure the flamethrower, you have to combine the fire twice. So in order to make it easier, you just have to press the E button and the game will conjure fire twice. So as you can see, this is way easier than before. And the point is to make the game enjoyable. Of course, the other modes are available for other players who would like to have more of a challenge. For this demonstration, I've only added 3 combo spells, because I don't want to spoil a lot of spells, to be honest. So if you're excited for other spells and demonstrations, consider liking this video and subscribe to the channel. The next step was easy. Creating a customizable interface that allows the player to remap the buttons. So I jumped right away into creating the UI, as well as writing the functionalities that the UI must have. Yeah, but that didn't go so well, so I jumped right away into creating the UI from scratch. With a little bit of planning, of course, but in order to achieve this, there are other things that should be created first. So yeah, let's head to work. First, there must be a system that calls the current player input and bind it to the skill bar. Second, a safe system that remembers the skill bar that you have customized before, so you don't have to customize it every single time you start the game. And that requires a lot of work because if you're familiar with save and load system, there are a lot of things that should be implemented before creating any other system. What else do I need? Oh yes, a drag and drop system, so I can drag the icons to the bar directly. So, was it enough to have an idea and a concept in mind? Well, yes, but it'd be way better if you planned it before. So you better start off by creating a sketch and writing down the functionalities that you want to implement. Also, if you have a big task, I suggest you to break it down into smaller pieces. So yeah, have I done that? Yeah, probably not. Not 100% at least. But I'm genuinely happy with the semi-final result. So all what I have to do here is to press L to open the remapping interface. And as you can see here, on the left side, you got your basic default spells. Now if I drag and drop them, I can remap the buttons as I wish, and even the spells bar gets updated. Now this might look simple, but I promise you the code behind it wasn't. You see, when you drag and drop spells, not only you're updating the UI on the user interface, but also reordering the spells. And when you reorder something, an event will be triggered to save the changes in the player's profile. I also created the function to rebind the hotkeys, so I just need the interface for that. You're not obliged to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as default keys, but you can use your own combination. This also works for the combo spells, aka the special spells. So if I press on the combo spells tab, I will see only the spells that I've learned already. And I can also rearrange the order. But I also added something in addition. It's when you point the mouse on a special spell, it will show the basic spells required to conjure this one. So for example, the water cannon requires 1 fire and 1 ice. This is probably not so useful for the easy game mode, since you can conjure anything with one button, you don't have to combine anything. But for me it's cool to be there nevertheless, even in the easy mode. I also wanted to motivate the player that, if he knows the combination, it wouldn't hurt to try the other game modes. I mean, I could totally understand they could get quite challenging, so it's up for the player to decide whether he wants to change the difficulty. But that doesn't matter now, at least the game is more accessible to more players now. Which means that another goal has been achieved. Was it easy? Kinda. Did I have the time for it? Sadly no. See, when you have a full-time job, And other hobbies, you probably don't have the time to work on your private project as well, unless you're willing to sacrifice some of that time that you spend doing other things like sports, going out with friends, or maybe visit a family member. So every time I stay at the weekend developing the game, that's one less weekend that I usually use to take a break, relax, and do stuff that I like. The time where I feel like working and it's not gonna stress me, but rather it's gonna be more of a fun experience. That's when I stay at home and decide to work on the game, even though I could probably be out there doing something else. So the point is, if you have the passion for it, do the work, but don't forget to take a break. That being said, we reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, consider supporting me by liking this video. Take care, and I'll see you next video.